to talk about the coolant hoses. I had a question on the Promaster forum about, hey, should I change these coolant hoses preemptively? Or actually, the question was more about asking me what's going to happen in 10 years or whatever time. What can I do preemptively? Anyway, this is, I forget which one is called the upper and lower. I'm going to call this the lower just for the hell of it. They're also called the radiator or heater core send and return or something. I forget what the nomenclature is. But anyway, you can see this one's been in there for 5 or 6 years. And what happens is they rust and so on. And of course they leak. You can see we've got 3 hose clamps. Oh, it's leaking right now. At each connection. When you buy a new one, you get that. And what it is just painted steel. It would excite me greatly if this was not steel, but aluminum, because then it wouldn't do that. And on other Chryslers, it is not aluminum, but for reasons unknown, although if I had to take a guess, it probably has to do with the volume that gets made. These are just made in painted steel. Now, my solution or suggestion was to, you can actually see, right, there's a pinhole there, and that's where it was leaking. I remember this one was leaking a little bit. What am I driving at? Oh, my solution to this was plasti dipping it. I tried painting one of them earlier. This one, not on this engine, but this is the big one that goes around the front of the engine, and it is also subject to rusting out. Matter of fact, you can see it on this one. You can see that on this, which is from a Journey, that it's somewhat different. It goes here, but these 2 points attach here and here onto the other side of these brackets. And it sits right above the cat, and it gets all this heat, and that's why it rots. But I've had to pay somebody to replace this, and it was quite expensive because it's not a horrible piece of surgery, but you got to take the front upper radiator support off and so on. And as you can see, the rubber is fine, but this is, and it's bubbling and it's not rotted through, but it's not going to last long. So I hit this with a grinder, chucked off much of it, tried to smooth it down but didn't go crazy, and then I coated it with, I know, high temp engine paint. It feels good, but I don't know if it'll hold up. We'll find out. This is the worst offender right here. This is the one that has the little wee willy winky thing on it that goes to the coolant bottle, and I've had them break here, but you can see it's a matter of time. They are all easy to change. I mean, it's just hoses, and you do it from the top. It's not that complicated, nor is it particularly expensive. These hoses, I don't know, 80 bucks, 90 bucks, 100 bucks, something like that, which is a lot, but, you know, it is what it is. This particular one that I'm holding, though, is the one that goes around the back of the engine. It actually sits in the van like that, and that goes around the back of the engine, and that connects to the one side of the water pump, and that's what drives the heater core. When this one goes bad, it's kind of a finagle. But this little part here especially is not particularly confidence-inspiring. And you can see what the general path is, but in theory, if you can keep oxygen off of that, you can keep it from rusting.